Hey friends, it's Mr. Chad. In this video, we're going to go over what you're going to be seeing, what you're going to be working on in math, science, and social studies this week. Okay? Alright, first off, let's do math. So, let's look at math. So this is your packet for math this week. Okay, so we have, first of all, in math, we're going to be talking about data analysis. Whoa, that's a big word, right? What all that means is data analysis is about counting things, sorting, and seeing how many you have. Okay, and we'll use, so let's look, for instance, like this. If I have a bag of crayons, all kinds of colors in here, and first I sort them, okay, by colors. Greens over here, then reds and blues and oranges, okay, and then I count how many of each color I have. Then I write those numbers down so I can see them. And then I make a graph, okay? We'll see what a graph is later. But this is data analysis, okay? These crayons are the data. You sort them, you count them, and then you put them on a graph. So people can understand how many of each color you have, okay? So that's what we're doing this week. The first pages you'll see are going to be sort by color and size. So first, when you collect data, okay, when you find your numbers, collect data, you have to sort. Because if you see a bunch of colors, you have to be able to count them individually, okay? Alright, so first you're going to sort. We're going to talk about sort by color and size, okay? That's on 20.1. Then, we're going to learn how to sort into 3 groups, okay? Using different ways to sort. So you can sort by color, you can sort by size, shape, vertices, sides, okay? All the shapes with curved surfaces, all the shapes with 4 sides, all the shapes with 3 sides. You can sort like that, okay? Different ways to sort things so we can count. Collect data, okay? Remember that. Collect data and then make a graph. 20.3, okay? Says make and read a real object graph. So this is one way we can make a graph, okay? Using real objects. We can use the objects to help us understand how many there are to remember. But typically when you make a graph, you don't use the objects. You count them and then you write the numbers down. So we'll also learn how to make and read a picture graph, okay? So this will be coloring it in or drawing it, okay? So you can draw an apple instead of putting apples on your paper. You could just draw the apple to show how many you have, okay? The last one, 20.5, problem solving, collect data and create graphs. So this is all of it together. First we sort, then we count, collect the data, and make a graph, okay? There's 4 steps there. Sort, count, collect the data, make a graph, okay? And as you go on, you'll understand more about what a graph is. But a graph is saying how many of these kinds of shoes, how many of these kinds of shoes, okay? And this is kind of like a 10 frame, right? But it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, okay? So a graph shows how many of each there are, okay? How many of these shoes, how many of these shoes. That's a graph. Alright, again, you have review also in your packet. You do not have to turn this in, but this is for you to help you remember for the test. So this week, we'll be taking a test over Module 19, which is measuring how long, how short, how tall, how heavy, how light, okay? That's what we learned in Module 19, and we'll be taking the test over that. I will call, and we'll take the test, okay? And then, the other assessment we have for math is Unit 4. This is going to include all the things we learned in Unit 4. So, what we've learned in Unit 4 are 2D, so this is 3D, 2D and 3D shapes, okay? And then, see more 2D and 3D shapes, and then measurement. Down here, you see measurement. We're seeing how long or short, okay? So that's what we learned in Unit 4. So, Module 19 and Unit 4 test. 2 tests this week for math. Alright, now in science. In science, we're going to be learning about two different things. The first thing is types of energy, okay? So you'll find that in your, so let's look at your workbook real quick. The ones I've circled are the ones we're going to do. Types of energy and magnets. Types of energy is on page 13. Magnetism, or magnets, is on page 19, okay? That's what you're going to be working, the pages you're going to be using in your workbook, okay? Now, I will also be reading you stories from the other science book that you do not have, but you'll just listen to the stories. One of the stories will be a 4th of July celebration. It'll be about the forms of energy. The other story will be magnetism, and I guess you can guess It's about magnets, okay? And the forces, remember the push and the pull, okay? Y'all had lots of fun with the magnets, playing with magnets, so remember this, okay? And this is review. We've seen all these things, but it's to help you remember, okay? Now in social studies, okay, we're going to be talking about maps, okay? So please do watch the video. I'm going to be making videos for math, science, and social studies, so you have to watch all the videos, okay, so you can learn about maps. So what do maps show? Maps show places and their locations. They can show big places or small places. They can show land and water, okay? There's also a book that I want you to read after this, a Raskid's book. It's called I Live in the City, okay? It will also have maps on there to show you the different places that people live in cities, okay? Because there are cities all over the world, okay? And you can find them on maps, okay? So this is a big map, shows all of the United States. This is a small map that shows just a town, a small city, or even a neighborhood, okay? All right, this is all we have for this week, friends, okay? Study hard this week, and I'll see you next time.